Hi, I'm Donna Joy Usher, the multi-award-winning author of The 7 Steps to Closure, the Chanel series, the War Faery Trilogy, the Alien Private Eye series, and the soon-to-be-released Demon Bounty Hunter series. Now, today I want to read to you from one of my books. I want to read to you from Faery Born. Now, this is an old cover of Faery Born. It was the original cover that I did. So I want to read a little bit from this. It's the first book in the War Faery Trilogy. All right, everybody. Gather around, Aethan said. 90 minutes, that's all. Teach them the basics, keep them safe. The other border guards nodded their heads before reaching out and linking hands with their student. In the blink of an eye, they were gone. Where did they go? Wherever they wanted to, Wilfred said. That's the beauty of Trelania. Here you can move with the merest of thoughts. That's also why you have to be careful what you think about, Aethan said. Right, I said. So lesson number 1, be careful what you think. That sums up lessons 1, 2, and 3, Wilfred said. Where are we going? I asked. Let's check out what's happening in London, Aethan said. I reached out and grasped his and Wilfred's hands. The world blurred around us and suddenly we were standing in Trafalgar Square. Music resonated and light shone at the far end of the square. What's going on? I asked, peering toward the light. Looks like a dance, Wilfred said. Excellent. How do I look? He ran his hands over his hair and beard, rearranging the tousled locks into place. Like a huge red bear, I said. Just the look I was going for. He marched off towards the party. They can see us, Aethan said, but we mustn't take the focus away from their dream. Ugly things can happen if you do. He also started walking towards the dancers. That was it? That was the brief? Ugly things can happen? I shook my head and followed after him and Wilfred. What sort of ugly things? Aethan and Wilfred stopped in the shadow of a doorway near where the dancers twirled. Women, dressed in flowing gowns, floated effortlessly in the arms of the men who led them. Jewels glittered on arms and necks, and hair tumbled from elaborate styles. The men were no less glamorous than the women, wearing heavily brocaded vests on fine silk shirts, studded with diamond and ruby buttons. They're all here together? It's not uncommon for dreamers of like-minded pursuits to find each other. The dancers wove an intricate pattern with their feet and their bodies, swirling and turning, leaping and whirling, never once running into another dancer. I was tapping a foot in time with the music, enjoying the entertainment when I felt it. The strange surge inside me, the same feeling I'd had that morning. Let's go see what else is happening in London. Aethan started to turn away from the dancers. Wait, I grabbed his hand. Something is wrong. The feeling grew. I stared at the dancers, trying to pinpoint its cause. What is it? Wilfred and Aethan stared at the dancers as well. I'm not sure, I said. I think it's one of the dancers. Wilfred and Aethan exchanged a look. We're going to have to go in for a closer look, Wilfred said. And I can't dance. We can't go in there like this. I gestured at my jeans and shirt. You know how we said we can change Trelania with a thought? Ethan's clothes changed from leather and fur to a navy blue brocade vest over a white silk shirt. Black pants complicated the outfit. I closed my eyes and visualised one of the dresses I'd been admiring on a ravishing redhead. Wilfred let out a low wolf whistle, and when I opened my eyes, I was wearing an exact replica of the dress. The neckline plunged far deeper than I had expected. Very good, Aethan said. I wasn't sure if he was referring to my changing my clothes or to my choice of clothes. He held a hand out to me, and when I placed my hand upon it, swept me into his arms and onto the floor. Cocooned in his arms, I felt like a precious object as he swung me and dipped me, and for one brief moment I forgot our reason for being there. For that second I was just a woman and he just a man, enjoying the feel of our bodies moving together and of skin touching skin. The power surged inside me, pulling my attention back to the present. Someone was here with evil intent, and I had to find them. Aethan wove us skillfully through the dance floor, and we quickly made a complete circuit, coming back to the edge near Wilfred. See anything? He asked. I was about to say no, but suddenly, just like that morning, I could pinpoint where the pressure wanted me to go. That way! I nodded my head to where the feeling was strongest and started to drag Aethan towards it. We immediately collided with an older man escorting a pretty young blonde woman. What do you think you're doing? The man asked, his face screwed up in anger. As soon as they stopped dancing, another couple collided with them. It only took a moment for the previously well-ordered dance floor to become chaotic. Angry voices could be heard from all areas, and previously happy dreamers turned to stare at Aethan and me. At the far side of a gathering, a tall man stood by himself. He met my eyes, and his face took on a mocking look as he shimmered and changed. The svelte, blonde man was replaced by a goblin. He lifted a hand in farewell and faded from view. Wilfred pulled my attention back to the dreamers. "Uh-oh," he said. "Do something before things get ugly," I said as the man in front of me brandished a knife. "Kiss her," Wilfred hissed. "What? Who do you want me to kiss? The blonde?" The crowd surged towards us, furious at our interference. Things were definitely getting ugly. "For God's sake, Aethan, kiss her." I turned to look at Wilfred, but Aethan clasped my face with his hands and lowered his mouth to mine. For a second, I struggled against him. I mean, what was he thinking? We were about to get attacked. But that concern only lasted for a second. Then I totally forgot about the crowd. I forgot about the goblin. I forgot where we were. I forgot what we were meant to be doing. The feel of him, the smell of him, consumed me. One of his hands left my face, snaking around my waist and pulling me in tight. The pressure on my mouth became harder, more urgent, and I returned it with pleasure. It wasn't nearly enough. Feelings I had never experienced before zinged through my body. I wanted more of him, needed more of him, needed to feel his skin, needed to feel his body. I wanted to roll in him, drown in him, swallow him whole. It took a while for Wilfred's voice to penetrate the fog of my mind. "Guys," he hissed, "you can stop now." Stop? I didn't want to stop. I'd only just started. Aethan released his hold of me and stepped back, pouting slightly as he stared into my eyes. "That was interesting," he murmured. Interesting? Amazing. Awesome. Breathtaking. Those were the words that sprung to my mind when I thought about that kiss. Not interesting. I took a deep breath and tore my gaze from his. The dreamers had returned to their dancing. What happened? By being more interested in each other, we were no longer directly influencing their dream. I could feel a wild grin split my face. "So, do you two," I pointed my finger between them, "use that ploy often?" "Ha ha," Wilfred said, ruffling my hair the most annoying way possible. "You're going to wear that dress all night?" So if you liked this, go check out Faery Born. We'll have a link with this video where you can go and see it on Amazon. And if you are with Kindle Unlimited, you can read it for free there. So go check out Faery Born, the first book in the War Faery Trilogy.